So today we're going to do a little test of washing panels. The panels on my container and the new ones I just put on little round mounts are kind of dirty, so we're going to test cleaning them. We're going to use the Tesla as a load. One of the big advantages of using a Tesla as a load is it's constant and you can set it wherever you want it. So the maximum through the charger that I've got connected to my container is about 48 amps. So I'm going to set it up for 40 and it's going to charge for a couple of hours. So because it's down around, longer than that, it's down around 20% right now. So we'll let this charge and we will get the panels into position to wash them. We'll wash them and try to get a reasonably good test. There's going to be some limitations because we're starting fairly early in the morning. The sun's going to be rising and getting to a point where it's generating more power naturally. So we're going to be limited in how accurate this test will be. But we should get some information from it. I mean, if it's a magical difference, it'll look big. If it's a fairly small difference, it won't. So let's go. So right now, without washing anything but lower sun, we're at about 3172 for the 12 panel section, which is 264 watts per panel. The 10 panel is sitting at about 2708, and the 7 panel is about 1841. So as you can see, they're fairly dirty, especially the ones on the left. And the new ones, all of them have been exposed to a lot of dust and smoke lately. There's some wildfires in the area and a bunch of construction across the other side of the fence. Plus the birds aren't helping. They're not helping my car either. So these look pretty dusty for panels that have just been up for a pretty short time. So we'll clean them, see what happens. So with my rack and winch system, it's pretty easy to get these into a vertical position. So what I've been doing is just scrubbing them. I'm using a glass cleaning solution. It's a kind of a professional cleaning system. And scrubbing away. I've got 2 done, well actually 6 done. And I'm moving my way down the line. We'll do all of these. And we're going to leave the other ground mount panels as they are, and and because I can do those pretty quickly, and compare clean to dirty, and I'm not going to squeegee the panels on the container. I want to, as part of the test, I want to see how it does. So I washed these ground mount ones, just scrubbing them. I didn't squeegee them yet. And boy, they don't look really good. So I think we'll give them a good squeegee and see how they do and get some comparison numbers. When all I did was wash them, I wound up, before I washed them I should say, I wound up with 2120 for the 7 panels, which is pretty good. That's in the higher sun. And so now I'm going to wash and squeegee, and we'll see how that does. And I'm using a silicone squeegee. It did a pretty good job. I mean, these look a lot better. There's a significant difference. Plus, I should have changed the water. I shouldn't have been trying to use the same solution. Changing it to clean water helped a lot, and squeegee helped a lot. So these horizontally mounted ones were a little harder to clean, but I did my best. They look okay, not quite as good as these. So then we went in and took a look at the end result, and again, the sun changed at the same time. So we're now at about 3661 for the 12 panels, 3156 for the 10 panels and 2120 for the 7 panel, which is pretty good. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 2270 for the 7 panel. So we'll look at those numbers and figure out where we are. So my conclusions are pretty inconclusive. So we've got, like, washing only, we're in the neighborhood of 320 watts per panel up to 334. And squeegee, the wash only for the 7 panels, we're at about 302 watts per panel, and it bumped up to 324 for squeegee. That was probably the largest visible gain, but everything else, there was just too much variation in the sun to really tell what's going on. I think we're seeing some gain, but I don't think it's a lot. I guess my overall conclusion is that if you're feeling guilty because you haven't washed your panels in a while, don't feel too bad. The most I'm seeing is a few percent difference. I looked at some other tests by other people. Some people saw up to a 30% change with panels that were really filthy, especially panels that were laid flat. Panels that are laid at an angle tend to not get quite as dirty and are not as affected by it. The most people see there is about between 3 and 5%. So